Morning. How are you today? Yeah, things are looking kind of shaky in the world today, so. Well, this is my third cup of coffee, and I've added 14 drops of peppermint to that McCafe French toast coffee. So it's pretty many. It's pretty good stuff. Oh yeah, I suppose I really need to get out and see if the car will start. Wouldn't start yesterday. I was gonna go to the pharmacy and I have a prescription I need to pick up. I'll be out today of my blood pressure medicine, which probably would not be a good thing to just run out of. And not a doctor, but I'm thinking that's probably not good for you. So, but yeah, it was 12 degrees. I was thinking it might start. I'd opened the hood yesterday morning, and the sun was shining bright down into the engine, and because it was nice and sunny out, and I thought, yeah, that'll warm things up nicely, and the battery will be warmer, and it'll turn it over because it doesn't seem to like to start under 20 degrees very well. That Saturn, really, I think it needs an engine heater. So, yeah, all I could get out of it was a couple of backfires. Pop, that was about it. And the Hyundai Santa Fe is needing those wheel bearings, and my wife drives that 2007 Santa Fe. And anyhow, those wheel bearings they're going. And so, I didn't want to make the 20 mile trip, over 40-mile round trip to the pharmacy we trade with and back in the Hyundai. So that's why I prefer to use the 2002 Saturn. It rolls good, and I'm not afraid the wheels are going to fall off of it. I need to spend the money and buy the parts and jack the Hyundai up and fix it. It happens eventually. I've replaced the wheel bearings on things before. It was a lot easier on my 70s Chevy pickup to do because anyway, it seemed easier, but you had to use, the old method of packing the bearings, when you put new bearings in it. But yeah, now you replace the whole unit, most of these vehicles. And I have done that on our 2004 Impala, which, it's pretty straightforward once you get into it. It is a system that seems to work pretty well. I mean, and you don't get your hands all greasy packing the wheel bearings. So anyhow, that I've stuck a trouble light under the hood there yesterday afternoon when it wouldn't start, with the 100-watt incandescent bulb in there, and hopefully that'll be enough heat to get it started today, because I need to go to the pharmacy, and I probably should buy more feed since I don't have a pickup running right now. I can't only buy a little bit at a time because the Saturn will, it's a small car. It's not gonna haul like you got a truck, But anyhow, or I'll be replacing the wheel bearings on it too if I mess around too much. But anyhow, that's how it is. I really need to get a pickup running. I've got several of them, but they're all broke. That's how it is. Yeah. Anyway, yeah, maybe I should get the old 59 International going, Boy, I never did get that thing stuck. Yeah, throw a set of chains on that old International, and that International would go through any snow. I'll tell you what, be out in the field, go out to cut wood. Didn't matter if I had a load of wood in it or if it was empty. I'd come to a big, tall bunch of snow, and whoa, it'd stop that pickup, and I'd just put it in, I'd just let it only be driving in second gear anyway, and I'd just let it dig through, just let it idle, and it'd rock back and forth, and it'd inch forward. Every time it rocked, it'd inch forward, and pretty soon I'd be coming out the other side of that deep snow. I never did get that thing stuck in the snow, ever. And I bought a Ford four-wheel drive right after that. Well, I've still got the International. I've still got the Ford I bought after I was hauling wood in that International. And anyhow, it's 86 Ford four-wheel drive. And very first load of wood I put on that thing, I plowed into a deep bunch of snow coming back to the house, and I dug for 3 hours, trying to get that thing out, and I finally had to. Of course, I wasn't very far from the house, so I walked to the house and got a bunch of chain and one of those come-alongs, hand winch, with a cable and stuff, and that, and I hooked up the chain to a stump, and I winched that out of the snowdrift, but I'll bet that old International would have plowed right through that without a problem. So, maybe, I don't know. I've been kind of thinking about putting a small block in the International, but I don't know, because I guess we're probably going to get messed around and have World War III here, it kind of sounds like from the news, because that's what happens when you get somebody that's not a leader in the White House. That Putin wouldn't have dared with Trump in there. That's the thing. Put up with a few mean tweets, and have a guy that's an actual leader in the White House and not somebody that spent 40 years doing nothing but make himself and his family rich. And, it's right on video how crooked he was. Everybody saw it. I just don't understand how he got in office. Why? I don't know. There's a lot of people that the mean tweets, and there's a lot of smart people that I know that I don't understand why they voted for that guy. I just don't understand it. Anyhow, maybe I should opt with I don't know. The 6-cylinder didn't get all that great of mileage, but maybe I should pull the 4-banger out of a Pinto and stick in there. Gas is probably going to be the $9 a gallon that old Obama dreamed about anyway, so, because the first thing this guy sitting up there in the White House did was do everything to shut down, domestic production of oil that he could. And he actually, then he turns around and promotes that pipeline for old Putin, which, seems to me like they're more buddies than the press always was trying to make out that Trump was, Of course, you can't trust that press at all. It's the independent press was a real good thing in this country when it was made up of a lot of independent people. I mean, that's how it was in the past, but now it's basically a huge conglomerate owned by a few people, which it's basically a monopoly. They've monopolized it, and all you're going to get is what they want put out. These very few, very rich people that have no understanding at all of how a poor guy has to scrape to make it in this world, because, hell, they got the silver spoon in their mouth. They don't know. They don't care. All us common folks are just rabble anyway. So, and we're to be manipulated to their satisfaction, I don't know. Sad state of effects and sad state of affairs in the world. And I'm just an old ex-farmer and ex-truck driver that, I'm not an expert on any of that stuff. It's just my own personal observations, But I've long held that you can go up and down the road anywhere. Yeah. Most of them folks living in any house up and down the road probably would make a better president than somebody that's been a politician their whole life. As these people understand, what it takes for the regular guys to make it, because they've had to try to make it. They might not be experienced or experts or anything, but they got something them career politicians don't have, is common sense, All they do is sit up there in Washington and spend money like they're making it, or hell, they've spent money that generations to come are going to have to pay for, and the regular person can't do that. We have to budget. And that's the thing that the politicians do not understand, is what we need to do as a country is budget, As my grandpa used to say, we shouldn't be running all around the world and always got our fingers in everything. I mean, it's a concern when something like this happens. But this shit doesn't happen when you got strong people in office. This guy acted up before, and who was in office then? Yeah, you got it. Read a little bit on history, and you know. But Grandpa used to say, stay home, arm yourself to the teeth. And then if they mess with you, let them have it. Don't piddle foot around. No, kick their butt. I don't know. I shouldn't ever get into this stuff. It's I'd just as soon keep things happy, but it does worry me. It worries me. Yeah. Yeah. Especially when you got that biased TV news and they're going, they don't have a good slant on it yet. It probably will change stuff here in a minute. But here this morning it was, oh, we haven't seen anything like this since Germany invaded Poland in World War II. But then, as somebody pointed out, it's more like when Germany invaded Hungary in World War II, because then as the world pussyfooted around back then with Hungary when they got invaded, but they didn't wake up till Germany invaded Poland. Say that then they had a problem, and this is likely to turn into a problem too here pretty quick. It's a sad deal, and from where I'm sitting, I think, if the election was different, this was something that would have been avoided, at least, for this 4-year period of the presidency until they put some other wimp ass in office that didn't know his ass from a hole in the ground. I don't know. And then somebody else, I was reading on Facebook, we need to impeach Biden. Yeah, what the problem is with that. Look at the line of succession. That's like in sports, look at what's on the bench waiting to come up. Well, from where I'm sitting, it looks to me, if you look down the line of succession, that maybe you should do a group impeach till you get down to somebody that's got some, cojones, I mean, because second in charge, I'm not even going to comment on that. But then you get to the third one that would get in office there, and now we're getting back into geriatric territory here. Somebody that should have retired years ago, and the old pit of hate, I mean, already shows that, what's on that mindset was impeach, 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 and try to talk about trying to subvert an election. That's something that went on for 4 years, I don't know. I should never get into talking about this politics shit. Like I say, I'm not an expert. Nobody gonna listen to dumb old, ex-trucker and farmer anyway. So, yeah. But the only good it does is maybe it gets it off my chest a little bit. Yeah. I don't know. Yeah. Well, I guess I thank you for listening to me if you continued listening to the whole thing, but I'll bet most of you won't. But have a good day, and I'm praying everything will come out all right. But yeah, I'm not holding my breath. Have a good one. Bye-bye.